Welcome to Our Community. Susie Thomas with you this morning. We're visiting with Chris Gump, who is Director of Community Events and Sponsorships for the Professional Football Hall of Fame Enshrinement Festival. Good morning.
Hey, Susie, how are you?
Good. That's
Good
a
job
mouthful. Well, thank you very much. I'm going to sit back and relax now. Chris, every single year, there's just so much. First of all, how long have you been involved with this?
Well, involved with the Enshrinement Festival, I started probably 30 years ago, longer than that.
Wow.
I was a volunteer for 30 years before I came on staff, and I've been at the chamber now for 14 years.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's a great thing to get involved in.
Isn't it? I think other communities wish they had something this huge and something that brings the entire community together in this way. But
Susie,
how
you're
many,
right.
How many volunteers?
We have over 4,500 volunteers.
That's unbelievable.
And it's just the pride and ownership that they take because they know how important having the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton is just huge. And they're so proud of it, and they want to share it. And so they're the best ambassadors when people come from out of town. And, we've got exciting things in 2020. We'll be celebrating, the hall will be celebrating their centennial. And so we're really, really counting on, we're going to need a massive amount of troops to help.
Massive.
So,
and since basically Stark County is going to be turning into Disney World,
Isn't that great?
It is just so amazing to
every
think
day
about.
you read in the paper, it's something new.
I know.
And it's crazy. I don't know how they keep track of it.
So fun. I can't wait for the 3D rides. I'm so excited for those. That's my favorite thing to do down at Disney, and to think we'll have some football-themed 3D rides to do right here. So fun. But let's point out that you are from the chamber.
Yes.
And that is separate from the hall. It's just that you have this great partnership.
We do. 54 years ago, when the hall opened their doors and they had their first enshrinement, they came to the chamber and said, we need help. And can you help put some events on that will entertain the families and friends? And that's how it started. We had the dinner, the fashion show, and the parade. And now, as you can see, how many events we have. And it's really a great way for us to showcase Canton, Ohio. We have something for everybody.
It all started back in May for this year with Queen's Pageant.
It did. We have a great group of girls. They're amazing. And a lot of people don't realize that the Queen and Court, they're just not pretty girls. They are pretty. But what they do in our community is amazing. They're ambassadors. They go and they work with Habitat for Humanity. They go to Pegasus. Their schedule is very full, going out and doing community service work.
And I think that's important to emphasize with people who might have daughters considering going out for this in the future. And I love that you call them ambassadors.
Yes.
It's way more. It's not a beauty pageant. It's not a little local beauty pageant. These are young ladies who really represent Stark County, first of all, to the enshrinees that they get to escort.
They don't do that anymore.
They don't?
No. Because,
well, there you go.
See, it just is.
I'm learning.
You are. And that was always a big thing. That was when the girls just really did things during the Enshrinement Festival weekend. And then we thought, you know what, they're way more than that. And when the gentlemen, the enshrinees, get their gold jackets, that's their time to shine.
Yes.
So we didn't need to have the Queen and Court escort them because we need to give them center stage. It's all about them.
Oh, I like this. So they are still representing Stark County to the throngs of people who come and visit us during that time.
And they go to every Enshrinement Festival event. So they're just a lovely group of ladies. And every year I keep thinking, they can't be any better than last year. But they are. They're just great.
The service that they provide to all area organizations and agencies is amazing.
They do a lot with turnaround community.
Yes.
And it's just, and when we talk to the girls at the end, they say it was a life-changing experience. And many of them say, you know what, I didn't think I wanted to stay in Canton. They make a commitment. They want to come back after school and live in Stark County.
Isn't that cool right there? Is it too late for an organization to request that they have the Queen and Court come and help them with some project?
For this year it is, because coming up, you said how many, we've got, 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah. It's all happening right now.
So their schedule is pretty full right now.
But for the future, how does a person get on your radar?
They would just call the chamber and ask for Kathy Lindenberger. She is the event manager for the Queen and Court. And certainly, they have a lot of events that they already are scheduled for year after year. and sponsors. So we have sponsors of them, so they always make an appearance at their business. Like, for instance, this year, Ziegler, Bolt and Nut is a sponsor of the float, and the girls went to their place because they have a lunch every Friday in June and July, and employees pay $3, and they bring in homemade meals for their employees and customers, and all that money goes to Leukemia Foundation because there was a family member at Ziegler Bolton Nut that had passed from leukemia. So it was a great fundraiser, and the girls just loved being there.
What a tribute.
Yeah.
And what a nice tradition. Okay, it all kicks off then July 23rd. We used to call this the Little Parade or the Kickoff Parade. It's the Community Parade. July 23rd, 2:30.
Yes, on Market Avenue, starts at Nationwide and goes all the way down to the McKinley Grand. And this is it's just an all-Americana parade. It's like, you'd think it's the 4th of July because it's just that kind of feel about it. And the units that are in the parade are just great. It's free. People just come and sit, watch the parade go by.
It's not small.
It is not small. And I have to tell you, last year, I would like to ask everybody to please pray for wonderful weather because last year the community parade was canceled, first time ever for bad weather. And I have to thank the committee and all the units and our safety officials because we were able to get every one of those units into the Civic Center, into safety. So it was a well-oiled machine, and it worked well. But this year it's not going to rain. We're going to have sunny skies, and we're really looking forward to it.
Oh, we're all looking forward to it. All right, then we love the following Saturday, the 29th. It kind of starts really in that morning. Don't you see it?
On Friday morning.
Yes, Friday morning, and then Saturday morning and Sunday morning. We're talking, of course, about the Balloon Classic.
Yep.
So tell us the details.
Well, we're so excited. There's potential of 5 flights. Here again, everybody say their prayers that we have good weather because balloons only fly in nice weather. So Friday morning, there's a flight at about 7. Then Friday night, Saturday morning, Saturday night, and Sunday morning.
Have you ever done it?
I have.
Isn't it amazing?
Have you?
Yes.
Isn't it so? And people are frightened. They're like, I'd never do that. And I said, but it's so calm. It's very calming. And
you're floating. It's indescribable unless you've tried it. Truly indescribable. But, oh, my goodness, what a cool experience.
And we have such a history, too. We have pilots that come from all over the world. We have over 50 pilots balloons coming this year. We have some great special shapes. Special shapes are the ones that, like we have a really cool dragon this year. Elvis is coming back.
Oh,
we have
wow.
the pig. So there's a scarecrow.
Oh,
cool.
And
these are all only brought in due to our sponsors.
Wow.
So
it's
fun.
Something new, though, going on with the Classic this year.
We have a new 5K, and it's going to be on the campus at Kent State University at Stark. And picture this, Susie. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, we have our runners. They're going to do a 5K that's totally on the campus. You don't have to go on any public streets, and we're not going to close roads. And it's 8 o'clock. The runners are going to take off as the balloons are taking off. So won't that be so cool?
It'll be
We're
so fun
excited
to watch. Now, do you have to be a runner? Can you walk?
No, you can walk.
Walk the 5K?
Yes, you can. And anybody we really would like, because it's new, we're trying to get the word out that you can register online. You can go to bit.ly/up-away5K.
Okay, so bit.ly.
Yep. Up and away 5K.
5K.
Yep.
And that's taking place, again, when and where?
Saturday, July 29th. The race will start at 8. It's on the same place as the Balloon Classic, up at the track in the parking lot, Kent State University at Stark. And the top finishers will receive two travel vouchers from Spirit Airlines.
To anywhere on the continental United States?
Yeah, it's like a voucher for 10,000 miles.
Oh, how great.
So it's really cool.
Wow.
So we're excited. We've got some other great prizes, a finisher medal, a shirt, and then we're going to have a donut eating contest.
Really? Really?
Afterwards.
After burning all those calories, we're putting them all back on again.
Marianne Donuts is going to do a donut eating contest.
How
many glazed donuts can you eat in 3 minutes?
Pretty darn many.
Yeah.
So I
want to see you do
so much fun. Oh, I can pack them away.
You have to go register at any Marianne Donuts.
Well, I think I might. 10,000
You should.
Spirit miles. I might be
that's
walking
for the race.
really fast.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you should do that. You should walk.
Oh, you don't have to walk to enter the donut eating contest?
No, anybody can do the donut eating
Word,
contest.
that just sounds too fun. Okay, and I love First Play. Let's talk about that.
That is such a cool event that the kids are involved, and they start at the birthplace of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and they toss the ball lined up all the way through the park to the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And again, is that something that anyone signs up for, or you just show up and do it?
You know what, Susie? That's when we talked about our partnership. That's an event that the hall does. So if anyone has questions about that, they should just call the hall. And they would be more than happy to get you the information. But I know the kids all get a shirt, and it's fun to watch them. Can you imagine how many kids you have to line the streets from downtown to the hall? And they do it.
They do it, and they line right up. And remind me, is it the Rinkert building? What building is it? Because it was the original place where football began, is the building downtown where they start from, if I'm remembering that right.
It's on Cleveland Avenue.
Okay.
And it is, oh my gosh, the Frank Tebow building.
That's it, Frank Tebow building.
I thought for sure I was going to mess that up.
Okay, I knew it was, no, I could count on you when my memory is failing me.
Oh, then you owe me one.
I do, certainly do. But it is, they line up there and they go all the way to the hall and pass the ball, and nobody drops it.
Nope. And
it's so fun.
Yes, they do, but they're fun. They pick it up.
It's all right if they do. And then what is Skills Camp? Let's find out about that.
You know, that is something new, and I'm not really sure what that is. And here
Okay.
again, I would just really have people call the hall and ask. That is a brand new event.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I don't know more about it, but
That's
if
all
you
right.
look, it's at the youth sports complex, all those new fields out at the hall. I mean, what they're doing to instill commitment and excellence and all the values of the hall and the young people today is just truly amazing. It's not just about football.
It's not. It is about excellence in every area of life, and I love that they're calling it the most inspirational place on earth. I love that theme and that you carry it with you wherever, because what a great ideal to unify a community and just practice.
And it's just not going to be our community. I mean, when the village is finished, and don't ask me a whole lot about the village because it changes constantly.
Yes.
I don't know how they keep track of it all. But just think about the impact that this is going to have on the world.
Seriously.
Oh, did you just see a few of the folks and some Gold Jackets went to Israel?
Oh, my.
And then a week after that, there was a contingent that went to meet with the Pope. So it's just, it's outreaching the world.
Yes, right here. And we always knew, in the center of the universe, right here in Stark County.
Yep.
So cool. You know what? We just have a minute before we go to a break. Chris, what does it mean to you to have been involved with this and seeing this over the past 30 plus years of where we were then, where we are now, where we're going in the future? Can you touch on that a bit?
That's a good question, Susie, because there's so many things that have just changed. And I think it's just all about pride and just really feeling like you're part of something. And it's just not a part of the Hall of Fame. It's a part of the community. It's a part of working with the volunteers and getting to know them as friends. And when they have a problem or they need help, I mean, we're all there to help each other. And it's about just like what I said about the Queen and Court, how they help in the community. We touch so many lives, and it's just not about selling tickets. It's about really making sure that everybody feels important and valued. And that's one of our challenges when you say how we've grown so much. We can't put these events on without volunteers. And I think that's one of our biggest challenges. And we have to really work on how we're going to fix this, because younger people today, they don't really understand the value of volunteering. I think once we get them involved, then they love it. But just the thought, I mean, employers, they can't give their employees the time off to come and volunteer. So it's a big commitment, but it's so worth it. You get so much more out of it than you give.
You bring up a good point, because this depends on, say it again, 4,500 volunteers every single year, which is a graying population.
It is.
And so many are ready to pass the torch. And we can't see this go by the wayside just for lack of manpower.
Exactly. So if you have any suggestions.
We need to inspire, and every
need to
single volunteer
inspire.
organization is looking at this. How do we inspire the next generation to pick up that torch?
Right. And I think it can start with employers like Sam's Club right now. They
Yes.
have a program where they're really trying to get their employees involved in the community. And honestly, that's how I started when I worked at Gossers. I mean, I made some of my best customers networking through volunteering. And it was just, I loved my job. I loved what I did. I loved helping people. And it's the same now. If you want to help people, it's just a great way to get involved in it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely. And if you'd like to, and if you don't volunteer, it starts up, I think, the next day, right?
It does. It does.
That's what I
They're
thought.
actually, and you know what? I'll get you the link, so maybe you can put it on your website.
That'd be awesome.
Visit Canton started a program. It's called Service, and it's just not for the Enshrinement Festival. It's for any organization that's having an event that needs volunteers. So you can go to this website and register to be a volunteer. So that's really going to help us, and that is going to be critical when we have to do the centennial in 2020.
Absolutely.
So-
That is an awesome idea. And I'm thinking of several organizations I'm involved with that are going to take advantage of that.
Oh, absolutely. It's just not for us. I mean, they can
That's
go
amazing.
and if you have an event that you need volunteers, and Visit Canton's all about bringing people to Stark County.
Yep. So visit Canton Service. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Well, look at the time. We're going to need to take a break. We'll be back after these words. You're listening to Our Community.